Because we know where the term and understanding of the words and usage of what one calls a soul or spirit comes from in its actual original origins and usage. Do you know where it came from? Soul is from the ancient Greeks, way before the Hebrews or Jews and Christians ever started to borrow and use its terms and understanding. It was observed that when humans and living animals breathed in and out there was something there, a breath. That breath of life was the soul. This is why the Bible uses it in creationism of man. That God formed man out of the dust or clay of the earth and breathed life into them. Literally the breath we breathe and all living animals that breathe is considered the soul. This it comes and goes with every inhale and exhale. It is why these old superstitions believed that other souls could enter Ob's body if they were not careful. Sneezing was an example of one of those related beliefs. Thus where bless you came into play. I can go on and on with examples and lots of the historicity behind it and the facts. But it boils down to it was just the breath we breathe, and when we stop breathing and that last exhale takes place, the soul, or breath of life, departs forever and does not return. How long one stay dead or whatever until they start breathing again is moot, as the soul is the breath of life we breathe. When you have it you have a soul, and when you no longer are breathing and the breath of life stops, your soul has departed. That's all a soul ever was. It is what bit was observed as. Decades and centuries and whatever thousands of years since then humans have twisted whatever their religious concepts and ideologicalisms they made up into it and to make it whatever else they saw for to do with it. The soul is and always will be simply the act of breathing, and that essence of air passing out of you. Did you know that is also the basics of the ideologicalisms of the giver of life in the name of Yahweh? The act of breathing, giving life. It is sort of a exhale and inhale thing. Yah, exhale it, weh, inhale it, thus the Spirit of God is in and out of you. It really helps to study and learn religion, religious history, and theology and ancient religious texts and other areas. Just to know. So when others say or tell you something or try to persuade you of something, especially in or about religion or religions and what religious texts say, or do not, or whatever, you are prepared. Prepared to answer at all times in confidence and in knowing and being prepared so you are not deceived or led astray. Sound familiar? It is biblical. But not by its actual origins. It is another area they adopted for their own gains and means.